you for joining me and the Old Grumpy Prosperity team for this week's episode of Grow Your Mind and Money. Tonight, we're interviewing Tressa Eleby. Now, she is a very successful entrepreneur, a master of distribution and marketing, an outstanding entertainer, and just all-around champion for humanity. Tressa is the central figure of the management team for the main vendor. Now, this is a very unique business that uses the distribution methodology and franchise infrastructure of a red box to sell hair extension products directly to their multi-billion-dollar consumer base. Tressa has experienced the other side of the mountain, the valley, and the mountaintop, and has used those challenges as a source of power in breaking barriers and stereotypes as she manifests a business enterprise that is a real empire. Tressa's willingness to do the work and create a positive way for others to join in and enjoy the fruits of their labors has her be a champion for humanity. And, of course, it is time for a little spoken word to kick off the show. We're going to do that with none other than Shani, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry.
This is Ronnie B. I hate to say it, but listeners, Shani is still coming back from that great performance at the Warehouse Live. She will be here later on the show, but she sent one of her favorite poets, or at least poetry from one of her favorite poets, to fill in the gap here. And we have a little poem, and it's called Distant Memories. That mic is hot.
Held captive by my own embrace, a silent commerce taking place. I so want to lose myself, but I can't, because I'm protecting me from the woman that I ain't. Faint spells of distant memories are starting to contrast, and I'm not feeling any of them because things hurt so much from my past. Dominated by my own thoughts, I can't change my frame of mind. I'm wrapped up in time and I can't break away. Never thinking there would become a day when yesterday's tomorrow would bring so much pain and sorrow. Borrow bits and pieces of happiness from my memories to remind me that all my choices in life weren't all pain. Sad though, to think that there are days or times in my life that I can't compare or share with others nor myself. Shelving everything seems so appropriate. There is some crazy inkling it's not there anymore. But we all know it's just waiting for the inappropriate time to emerge from its cover. Hovering lovers, friends, family, kids, abandoned babies, and abortion, some of those things I did. Grin and bear them, I did. But somehow I feel I'm carrying the weight of all my sins, which is a mighty heavy load. There are times I feel I may explode. And unlike Job, I fell weak and entertained my thoughts. And I became a false prophet in my world of oblique words and shot of scenes, if you know what I mean. Things you may not recover from. You just may think you need a gun to end it all like a coward on the run. Funny, no one warned you this would come. A day when you would take a life your own. You always thought you were strong. Thrown to the wolves of your past. Can you last? Or will you be eaten hollow and swallowed by the black hole of sorrow? There will be tomorrows that will fade away in the distance and bring you back to your existence. And with persistence, as you move on, there will become a strange calm, a tingling embrace that makes way for days of distant memory.
Snap, snap, distant memories. I think that was by Pumpkin from Pluto. But snap, snap, snap. We are going to move on to some money-making thoughts. Activate your willingness. Don't let life throw you off track. Do what you have decided to do. Though the distractions entice, you don't have to give in to them. Though the excuses promise an easy way to quit, you can roll right on past any temptation to do so. Make a commitment and then honor it. Set a goal and then reach it. Look beyond the immediate moment and see what you can achieve. With that vision in mind, persevere through whatever comes and make the achievement yours. Sure, there are factors and forces working against you. Don't be one of them. Go ahead, take the next step and the next and the next until you have done what you set out to do. Exercise your focus. Exercise your discipline. Activate your willingness to do what must be done and enjoy all the richness you're able to create. What I have learned about myself and growing my mind when it comes to the theme, activate your willingness and the action I will take. I have learned that when I start becoming unwilling, I get old, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Once I am not willing to look at new ideas, to stretch myself, to get out the house and experience life, everything stagnates. My creativity stagnates. And now I'm in a tiny little box, and I'm not able to appreciate the blessings that I've been given. So the action I will take is when I see that I'm being unwilling to do something, to look at that and take an action. Now it's time for our special interview with a awesome lady, Miss Tressa Eleby, Nakia, Empress of Faith. Please take it away.
Well, thank you, Ronnie B. Thank you, Tressa, for being a part of the show tonight. It is truly our honor to have you. In this part of the show, we will learn about a challenge Tressa faced in having her dreams fulfilled, a challenge that knocked the wind out of her sails. But somehow, some way, she kept going and turned that challenge from seeming defeat to victory. Thank you, Tressa, for being on our show tonight.
Thank you. You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Tressa, please share an incident or time in your life that knocked the wind out of your sails when the going got even rougher and you felt like you were lost. Please be as specific as possible so we can truly appreciate what you were experiencing.
That is a good one. I'll try not to be too long-winded.
But I would say that it was realizing that I was in my marriage, I guess, alone financially. As we know, half of the marriages, end because of it's either infidelity or it is financial reasons. And I absolutely can say that really feeling like you are alone and trying to take care of your family and trying to build an empire and trying to be a team is the hardest thing to realize that you've got to do something different. And when you are in an environment, or especially, that church quote unquote environment and this expectation that you have to try to make it work when you really know it's not. I think when I realized that was 2004, and I'm from Chicago, Illinois. And when I decided that I've got to leave this situation, and not only am I going to leave, I am going to start completely over as a single parent. Wow. And I decided, and it'd take longer to explain how I got to this point, but decided to not only leave the situation, but move to Houston and
just that realization that I'm on my own. You know, this is my ambition, my drive is apparently I'm alone in that. And my ex-husband is not a bad guy, but you know, I want to be moving forward equally yoked in my next marriage, whenever that will be, in everything, in the drive and the spirit and the ambition and the connection with God and all those things, to become one in that. And if you don't have that feeling of aloneness is amazing. And I know I'm talking about finances, but it's not just finances. It's just realizing that you want two totally different things, and being the man of the house is not what I signed up for, if that makes sense.
Oh, wow.
So that's the best way I can put it. That's not what I thought that that's just the best way I can put it. And we were younger. You know, he's a different man now, and in his own, relationship, and I'm in mine, and we're divorced, but it was that realization.
Well, Tressa, in light of what you're saying, during the time that you were dealing with the situation of holding the purse, so to speak, and being the head and not having your household aligned according to the word, during this time that you were dealing with this situation, did you blame other people, your circumstances, yourself, or your husband?
I blamed him. I did. I didn't, at that moment, I blamed it all on him. But it's 10 years later, so I know what my part of the blame is, and what could have been done differently, and signs and things. But I absolutely blamed him, just because, goodness, I mean, you know what? I'm going to go on a tangent, so I won't say that, but just, I feel it coming. I feel the tangent. It's happening. And yeah, I blamed him, and maybe I could tell you that part. In a nutshell, my dad had got him a opportunity to have a new job, and it was paying more than double. And he had said to me that the Holy Spirit did not tell him to take this job. And that was very interesting to me. So because you're saying that, as a man, that's why, of course, I'm blaming you. Because, the Holy Spirit says, that you have to take care of your family. That's what the word says. That you are the head. A man that doesn't work doesn't eat. We can go on and on, just different scripture. We can do that all day long, but absolutely. But in my growth in 10 years later, you do have to allow a man to be a man, and you can't be the enabler. And there was a time in my early 20s that I wanted to be in charge. It's just that once you get to 7 years later and realize that it's not about you telling your husband what to do and he doing it. That's not what it's supposed to be about. But at that time, yes, I blamed him.
So at what point did you stop caring about who or what to blame?
Oh, by the time I reached Houston, November 23rd, 2005, it didn't matter. Life was starting over. And I was going to trust in God and use my drive and do what I had to do.
Okay. So when would you say you started to see the light of hope and possibility? Because that was a major transition, just leaving it all behind and saying, you know what, I've had enough, and now I'm going to start a whole new life, and you have your child, you're in a new city, and you're in for an awakening. So when would you say you started to see the light of hope and possibility? And what steps did you take to start the journey towards the light?
Honestly, I still think it's the same answer. It's arriving to Houston and accepting that my future was about, the decisions that I make from this point on. and my mindset and just many other things. And some of the steps that I started taking was, getting back into reading the Word. But not only that, I read different books, whether or not they're all considered, quote unquote biblical. Or I take out what you should and put those things together. So I started reading, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey. I read, The Miracle of Mind Dynamics.
Tressa,
those steps.
Was there a situation or was there something that occurred that gave you that light bulb to make you realize, wow, I'm on the right track, man, I made a good decision? Was there something that stood out to you beyond anything else that made you realize that this was the decision amongst all decisions to get you to catapult from where you were to where you are now arriving today?
There were so many little things, honestly, and just the way that things would line up for me to happen. And there was some bad parts in there too, but I guess I would say when I found, and this can go into a tangent, so I won't let it, but when I found the opportunity with the main vendor, which is the company that I helped to manage, I in a nutshell, I've been in the hair industry for a long time, but really starting to feel like I was lost because I didn't really want to do it anymore. And then when I found that's the light bulb. Like that makes sense to me, and that's what I want to focus on. More than anything, more than me being a comedian, all of that. So I would say that. And that was August 2013. So it still took a while to get to this point where this is why I'm here.
Absolutely, understandably. So thinking about our theme, activate your willingness, because that was a great lead-in to my next question. What words of wisdom will you share with our listeners? What nugget can you leave with them?
Mm-hmm. Oh, my goodness. Words of wisdom. Honestly, more importantly, just when things happen in your life, things like stress and doubt and worry completely take over, because our ability to just get involved in negative self-talk and really beating ourselves down can take over our life. And it's a quote. It's not my quote, but it says that your ability to handle stress is in direct connection with how you react to react to the circumstances that happen in your life. And I'm probably not saying it exactly right, but you just have to basically just be still and be quiet and just listen from within, and that which is God, and just not allow stress to overtake you, and just focus on your goals and set out to make those regardless of whatever happens, whatever is around you, and just expect what you want in your life to happen and see it, feel it, visualize it, and taste it, smell it, and know that what you're trying to reach is possible for you. And in all things, trust God. And, if you don't have a relationship with Him, find it.
Wow. Well, Tressa, thank you so much for sharing your experiences and your transition, being transparent and authentic, because that is truly what's important to us as well as our listeners. And, it allows people to see you for who you are and outside of the comedian that you are and the main vendor. So we would definitely look forward to hearing more from Tressa later in the show. But right now, it's time for a Purpose Spirit with Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie, we'd love to hear your voice.
Thank you. And Prosper Spirit today is healing. I place my faith in the healing power of God within. Whenever I'm facing a health challenge, I turn to God in prayer. This sacred time communing with the divine remind me of my spiritual nature. As I ponder my oneness with God, I feel more and more at peace. My spiritual identity helped me to tap into the wellspring of health within me. Made in the image and likeness of God, I am innately whole. I know there is a power within me that is greater than any circumstances or conditions. I experience greater health and well-being as I trust the power of God within, restoring and renewing me in all ways. As I place my faith in the healing power of God, I feel restored, renewed, and vitally alive. Shani, take us to break.
Stay tuned for The Kitchen with Miss Cookie and Quiet Storm, featuring music from J. Lamont on the corner.
Oh, beautiful, just beautiful. Oh, how adorable is that? Edible Arrangements has a fresh fruit bouquet to make any occasion special. Our bouquets are made with fresh premium fruit, arranged in a variety of stunning displays. Make every occasion special with Edible Arrangements. Guys, the baby's over here. Oh, all right. Oh, okay, yes.
And don't even think about touching my Edible Arrangements.
For pickup or delivery nationwide, call 877-DO-FRUIT, 877-DO-FRUIT, or go to ediblearrangement.com. That's ediblearrangement.com. Yeah.
Oh, my. What a nice-looking baby you've got there.
Make all your special moments. Moments with Edible Arrangements.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And yes, we do it all with love. Okay, something smells great. I think it's a dish Miss Cookie has been whipping up in the kitchen. Miss Cookie, oh, I'm hungry and I need a healing. Let me know what you got for me.
Okay, Nakia, thank you. We have and welcome you to the kitchen. We have a great recipe to feed those hearty appetites that has been working diligently on growing their minds and money. Tonight, I have Italian pot roast. You can throw it in the slow cooker and let it simmer while you're working hard. Get those pens and paper handy. Here come your ingredients. This recipe will serve 6 people. You need a chuck roast, and it's one of the most economical cuts of beef for pot roast, but it is a high-fat choice. Substitute around, which is more expensive, or English shoulder roast for a lower fat choice. You need 8 slices of fresh mushrooms, 1 large onion cut in half and sliced, 1 2.5 to 3 pound boneless beef chuck roast trimmed, 1 teaspoon of pepper, 2 tablespoons of olive oil, 1 ounce envelope dry onion soup mix, 1 14-ounce can of beef broth. You can make that yourself. 1 8-ounce can of tomato sauce, 1 teaspoon of dried Italian seasoning, 3 tablespoons of tomato paste, 2 tablespoons of cornstarch, 2 tablespoons of water, hot cooked egg noodles. You will place your mushrooms and onions in the bottom of a 5 1/2 quart slow cooker. Sprinkle the roast evenly with pepper. Brown roast on all sides in hot oil in a large Dutch oven over medium-high heat. Place the roast on top of mushroom and onion in slow cooker. Sprinkle onion soup. Mix evenly over the roast. Pour beef broth and tomato sauce over roast. Cover and cook on high 5 to 6 hours or until meat Shreds easily with a fork. Remove the roast from the slow cooker and cut into large chunks. Keep warm. Skim fat from juice in slow cooker. Stir in dry Italian seasonings and tomato paste. Stir together cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of water in a small bowl until smooth. Add to juice in slow cooker. Slow until blended. Cover and cook on high 20 to 30 minutes more or until mixture is thickened. Add roast pieces back to the slow cooker. Cover and cook until thoroughly heated. Serve over hot cooked egg noodles. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. Yummy, yummy. Now it is time for the corner with Quiet Storm. Let's give her a smooch and a rose.
Thank you so much, Miss Cookie. That definitely was a very delicious and enjoyable recipe. Well, tonight we are featuring music from Jay Lamont. Jay Lamont is out of Los Angeles, California, with his album, You and Me. And as you guys out there know, we usually ask our team to vote whether the tracks we play should get a smooch and a rose or if it needs, you guessed it, more fertilizing. And the name of that first track that's coming up is called Never Can Let You Go. I seem to have heard those words somewhere before, but let's check this version out. Hit it!
This feeling that I had since I fell in love with you, like I had no other to be. For as long as I can see, it's so hard to imagine without you by my side. No matter where you are, my love for you I just can't hide. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life. Ooh, did you see? You're the only one for me. Should have never let you go. Now this is the time to realize what we have is justified. This relationship should never die. 'Cause you're the star that's in my night. It's so hard to imagine without you by my side. No matter where you are, my love for you I just can't hide. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life. Ooh, did you see? You're the only one for me. Should have never let you go. Yeah. Never can let you go. Never can let you go. Got this feeling you should know, and I really want you in my life.
Yes, that was the first track, Never Can Let You Go. And we're going to go right to our panel, find out what they thought of that track. And I would like to go to none other than our Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie, tell us all about it.
It didn't do nothing for me, so I'm just going to have to fertilize it.
All right. Well, Miss Cookie says, well, you already heard it. We're starting off with some fertilizer. We're going to start off with anything else to add, Miss Cookie?
No, it just didn't do nothing. Just, hung out there. The same, picking up somebody else. Not original to me. So.
Okay, well, I can definitely understand that. And we're going to segue on over to Miss Nakia, the Lady of Faith, the Empress of Faith. Nakia,
yes,
can you let this song go, or what?
Because my throat is not at its best, I'm not going to say much. I just couldn't figure out who he was trying to sound like or who he actually sounded like. It was a combination of people. It was some old school, but then it was like Jaheim. So I was wavering. I need a little bit more originality. He has a nice voice, but I was waiting on him to let me go so we can get done, so I could go rest my mind and my body in my bones. So, it was a little messy for me, but it was nice. So I guess I'll give him a couple of petals of my rose, because I need him to be a little bit more authentic and original, because it was too much crossing over for me. Okay.
Okay. I can definitely get that. Well, we got a few petals, but not quite there yet. And we're going to go to our guest. Tressa, did you like that one? Is it getting smooching a rose, or are you going to dump some fertilizer on it?
Like Nakia took my exact words, like almost like they, like my exact thought. Like the first thing I thought was Jaheim. I thought like it reminds me of like some old '90s stuff. Like I thought Next was gonna start playing. What's that song? I get so excited. I just thought it was just, I don't know, like the whole, R. Kelly was gonna come out. I didn't know what was gonna happen. So it's not. I mean, he has a nice voice, but it sounds like it's very commercial. So I mean, would I say I wouldn't book him to sing for me or something? I just would be like, man, let me hear something else. What else you got? So I'm really, I guess that in particular song, I think I'm gonna be with Miss Cookie. And then the kid said, "Cause you let all of us go, cause he was holding on to too long." And I'm like, what version is this? Is this the movie? This is the screenplay version? That was the soundtrack. That's what it was. It was the soundtrack of an entire movie, like when it first starts and when it goes off. Credits roll.
There's a Victoria's Secret runway version. They just showed that tonight, so you had to extend it so all the ladies can come out in their lingerie and be able to get back in without running.
Yeah. That plays the credits of the people leaving.
Well, we are getting a picture, and it's not necessarily a clear one. If you know what
that was probably the song playing in the elevator with that Beyonce and Jay-Z and Beyonce's sister fight.
You think
that's why they started fighting, really, because it was too long.
Well, is starting to shape up here, and we haven't had too many rows or petals. So let us segue and move on to Mr. Ronnie B. Mr. Ronnie, we're still waiting to see exactly how this is going to shape up.
I don't know if I should give him a sympathy leaf or something. You know? At least the brother did sing. Well, I thought he had a good voice, and there was some parts of the song I was a little bit like, I didn't think you needed to have that in there, but I'm with Nakia. I'm gonna give him a couple of petals. I think he's a little more polished, at least with that song, but good voice, and so a couple of petals.
Okay, fair enough. And I have to jump in there and top it off. I will give him a few petals. Hopefully he can develop his own style, and we can see a lot more of what he has to offer. Please. So with that, we're gonna go to our next song from the same gentleman. The name of this song is called You and Me, which is the title of the album.
I'm daydreaming. There you were before my eyes, so mesmerized from your beauty. Caught my attention, I'm surprised. The love I had, I can bring it. Just as simple as can be. All you have to do is just say it, and it will be just you and me. Oh, you and me got to be one step at a time. I've got your back, you got mine. This is it, perfect night. Finally made it real, walking down. Now it's official. We have finally sealed the deal. Hence now and forever. Can't believe that this is real. You know that this is real. The love I have, I can bring it. Just as simple as can be. Oh, 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 you and me. Ooh, yeah. I got your back, you got mine. Oh, this is it, perfect fit. Finally made it real. Walking down the aisle. You and me belong together.
as you know, that was You and Me that we were just listening to. We immediately need to find out from our panel exactly what they thought of that cut. And we're going to go sort of in the reverse order. Mr. Ronnie B., you are up first. Please tell us what you got.
I like the tempo, like his voice, like his singing. There was just something that, I think, just something where it would have been just really smooth. I don't know what it is. I'm going to give him a rose. No smooch, but I am going to give him a rose.
A rose to start. Okay, that is fine. And so we are moving on to our guest. Her name is Tressa. Tressa, chime right on in.
It's still much of the same. I mean, he just really sounds like Jaheim to me. But I guess I think I want to give some pedals. I won't be as harsh. I thought that was like the beginning of the song was a fast version of "Can You Stand the Rain" by New Edition. Mm-hmm. But it kind of changed on me a little bit. But he can sing. It's not that he can't sing or something. It just sounds like a Jaheim record. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, sounds like Jaheim.
Okay. All right. Well, that explains, you gave it some pedals. Is that right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Okay, well, that's clear. And we are moving on to, yes, Miss Cookie. Miss Cookie.
He didn't do it again. I'm sorry. He just didn't. I just cannot force myself into no pills or no crumbs or nothing. Just a bunch of thorns and fertilizers. All I'm getting at.
That was extra rough.
It would be really bad if one of y'all at the end of this would just be like, all right, well, that was my nephew. See, don't do that to us later. If one of y'all are related to this boy as we go in on him, or he is a member of your church family, please say something now so we can stop so we can just stop.
Please stop the rain or whatever he's suffering from something. I don't know. It just he sounds like 5 or 6 different people in nothing, no regionality at all.
Miss Cookie ain't even gonna give him the little packet that comes when you put in the flour to make the flour last.
No, he needs some serious fertilizer.
Lord,
he needs serious
little packet.
He needs some counseling.
Seriously.
He's wasting his voice on, I don't know.
She said no originality. Mm-mm. Well, Nakia, I don't know if that leaves you much of anything, but definitely we got to hear from you now.
Well, I believe in the best being left for last, and that would be me. So what I have to say about it is I totally agree that the young man has a very beautiful voice. However, it's not distinct enough or unique enough. And I listened to the words of the song, which is essentially a wedding song. But it can't be a part of an actual wedding because it's too fast-paced, so you can't walk in on that song. I heard the words and I understood where he was coming from, but he needs to get away from he's into making love songs and songs that hit your emotions.
That other people are
but
made.
He's not right, but he's not going to do it with the tempo that he's utilizing. He's going to have to go back in and recreate his whole idea of his level of music and his ability to sing, but with a uniqueness that is distinct and detailed to him. Because he's not going to sell records, and he's not going to go far sounding like Jaheim and recreating music of others. He's going to have his own niche because he does have a voice, but he just needs someone to help him really groom himself and develop into his uniqueness to be able to get out there and do what's necessary and find out where his voice fit with the type of music that he's actually singing, because it could be a beautiful wedding song, but it would.
And you know, and honestly, I'm so sorry, but if I do not tell you this, I'm gonna forget it. You know what it is? What the kid is saying. I think he was singing gospel, and somebody done told him. Now you know it's.
Oh no, not that.
Now they done told him, look, brother. Okay,
don't try to tell me you're saying that he got out of his lane.
I think he done got out of his lane and
that'll do it every time.
He should have been singing for the Lord, because that's what it sounds like. And somebody done talked him into doing this other stuff, and he done moved totally
over to the dark side.
He is absolutely right. He is absolutely right.
Trying to ease onto the dark side. Quiet Storm, Empress, but the Sunshine did step into the studio.
Hey, Sonny. Hey, Sonny.
So she may want to cast some fertilizer or petal or something herself.
Well, if you heard the song, go ahead and chime right in, Princess of Poetry.
I did hear the song. I actually like the music, and the boy can sing, but he do definitely need to find his own lane. I ain't gonna throw him completely under the bus, so I am gonna give him some rose petals.
A rose tip. A tip.
Well, you really nice on her riding.
What did you have on her riding?
So wherever he was trying to go, that might give us some direction. That's all I'm saying.
What did she have on her riding into the studio?
We'll know what side he had on her riding.
And I tell you,
to the studio. I'm sure the chauffeur.
No, them petals might lead right on over to that fertilizer truck that Miss Pixie has been using. I heard it. He might need to come to fertilizer. That's all I'm saying.
Settle down. Before we have to begin to herd cats, we're going to close this segment. The young man is great, as everyone says, with a nice voice, but I guess the more he sings, the more he will find his true voice. I will give him some rose petals. But if you out there like what you heard from Jay Lamont, you can check him out at sweetsuccessrecords.com.
Up next, Shiny Sunshine Lounge, Quiet Storm's interview with Tressa, Voices from the Ethers. Hey, y'all stay tuned.
Let me ask you a question. Are you getting enough? I bet you'd love more, right? Well, AdamandEve.com wants to give you more with 10 free gifts. First, you'll get a sexy surprise for her. Second, a specially selected toy for him. And third, a little something we know you'll both enjoy. Plus, you'll get 6 full-length adult movies on DVD. And number 10, free shipping on your entire order. So what do you have to do to get your 10 free gifts? It's not hard. Just go to AdamandEve.com and select any one item. It could be an adventurous new toy, sexy piece of lingerie, or anything you desire. Just enter offer code FREE61 at checkout, and you'll get all 10 free gifts. Go check out AdamandEve.com today. Select one item and get 10 free gifts, including free shipping, when you enter offer code FREE61. That's FREE61 at AdamandEve.com.
Well, we do give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money. And As you know, we do it all with love. Now it's time to visit the lounge with none other than our lovable Shani. Take it away, sweetie.
Thank you, Quiet Storm. Hey, it's Shani the Poet, the original Sunshine Princess of Poetry. And welcome to Shani's Sunshine Lounge, where we feature a mixture of goodies that will stimulate your mind. Hey, we might even have you tapping your feet. Tonight, we have an awesome poet, music diva performing 18-year-old poet, Dumb Enough. Hey, DJ, that mic is hot.
He wanted to stick his key into my ignition as if I was dumb enough to fall for that. Using the same recycled lines that he used with every other girl. But me, I wasn't dumb enough to fall for that. See, he didn't want to take the time to learn my mind intellectually. Instead, he wanted to get deeper into the back of my soul and annihilate this body sexually. He wanted every inch of his erect penis to become well acquainted with the daddy walls of my vagina, telling me he wanted to kill was just the proper way of him asking me, was I down to fuck? But little did he know that he was the one out of luck. Little did he know that I wasn't going to change my past ways just to meet up to his new ones. I wasn't going to trade myself in for the pleasure of a 5-minute quickie. Because at the end of that session, words have become tricky and hearts are left open sickly. Knowing that somewhere there's a girl heart broken like a shattered canvas because what he just said her turned into lies. Now she's sitting there feeling poisoned by his disguise. Because she took one look into his mysterious eyes and she found herself swimming far away from the outer world into his little cove of existence, hoping that he would teach her how to love, hoping that he would inject her heart with this unfamiliar drug. But breaststroke after breaststroke, she suddenly found herself drowning beneath his immoral ways of wanting to take advantage of her. She felt as if he was abusing her inside out. Index finger hesitantly shaking, clitorians all in his mouth. This was pure cannibalism at its finest. See, he wasn't that sentimental type of guy to sing the soft tunes of lullabies while dancing to the smooth vibes of Nat King Cole. Instead, he rather used his dick as his brain. And with that being said, he didn't even know the girl's last name. But he wanted to take her virginity. The feeling of popping her red cherry while in combat with the lustrous lips of a vagina was everything he had ever wanted. To be able to thrust himself full force into her innocent, delicate body was everything he had ever dreamed of. But little did he know that it was the anguish from each and every stroke that would only leave her pitiless. To not want to trust another guy again. To not want to invest her heart into something that would only be pretend. See, this type of thing happens each and everywhere you go. So if you're in that position, what you need to do is get back, stand up, and say no. At least I did, because I wasn't dumb enough to fall for that.
Woo! All right, panel. 18-year-old poet, Dumb Enough. Is they getting snaps or rotten tomatoes? I'm going straight over to Nakia. What you got going on over there?
Thank you, honey. I'm giving that girl snaps and toe tapping, and hey, if I was young and could drop it like it's hot, I'd do that too. Because she was right. And not mad. And this is something that I would repost on my social media pages for the young ladies to hear, the brothers to dig and understand where people are coming from. Because today's society, you don't know what you're walking into. So people taking away too many people's innocence, ignorantly, willingly, and unknowingly. So, snap, toe tap.
Ronnie B.
Yes.
Well, what you think? We getting snaps or we getting rotten tomatoes? I can't hear you.
Well, coming from a hip place, and when you keep your head to the sky.
Yeah.
And the third eye, you can get empowered. The young lady's name is Rashida Rogers, and I'm giving it some snappity snaps. You go, girl.
Oh, yeah. Tressa, my love.
Hey, Miss Shiny.
Hey, baby.
I mean, you know what? It definitely snaps. I mean, you know, I don't see a reason why someone wouldn't understand that or be able to feel that. And yeah, I mean, it's pretty powerful, and it's kind of hard for me to just say bad things about poets unless you just. I mean, if you just say something stupid, then that's just different. But yeah, that was powerful. That was powerful. We do need to share that. I think all these. I need. You know, as a matter of fact, let me just put it in my daughter's ear. I'm joking. But yeah, that was good. That was good. But y'all have a 16-year-old, and she definitely needs to hear that.
That's what's up. And last but certainly not least, Quiet Storm.
Thank you so much. I must give this young lady for her uniqueness, for her really bold creativity. I can tell that she definitely took her time and got the poem the way she really wanted it. I could definitely tell it was expressing exactly how she felt about the situation. And I just have to give her some snaps because of that. High snaps. And I, too, am so glad that she was not dumbing up.
Yes. You said her name was Sharita Rogers?
Her Rashida, Rashida Rogers.
You say Ara?
Did you say Ara? You know
Ooh, Ara. I thought are you from Chicago too? You sure you're not?
So sorry.
Okay, I'm just checking. I mean, that's what we call our girls.
Girls chicken.
By way of, he's from Chicago by way of Arkansas, though.
Okay, I heard Harold's Chicken in there, so you've been through there for real.
See?
Ribs and bibs.
I hope that you enjoyed this.
Taurus flavors ice cream and hoagie sandwiches.
See, I got Chicago up in here cutting up.
Of course.
Yeah, it's still
You gotta love it. I hope that you enjoyed this wonderful performance. You can check her out on oldgrumpyhouston.com and YouTube. It is now time to continue this wonderful interview with Ms. Tressa. Quiet Storm, my love, take it away.
Thank you, and that is exactly what we're going to do. But first, we must thank Ms. Tressa for being here, sharing herself so openly, authentically, and dare I say unpretentiously. It really was refreshing. So I just want to thank you again for being here and doing this interview with us.
You're welcome.
You are so welcome. Well, we are going to dive right into this segment. Now, in this segment, we are going to learn more about Tressa and some of the challenges that she faces as an entertainer and a business owner who is doing the work to succeed in all expectations. Now, Tressa, can you please share with us that aha moment? You know, that moment when you knew in your heart of hearts that being an entertainer, especially a comedian, was really right for you? And also, can you share that aha moment when you knew that being the face and the leader of the main vendor was really for you?
Okay. I mean, honestly, when it comes to an aha moment about being a comedian, it really honestly is a hobby of mine and one thing that I do to relieve stress. And so I never went into it as I'm expecting to make money from it. I really didn't. But I got some free tickets for a comedy show. and there was some drinks involved, and I started talking to the owner of the comedy team that I work with, and Shani works with us, is part of our team too as well on the poetry side of things. And I got some free tickets to this comedy show. I started talking about the fact that really what I always wanted to do was write for comics and write for sitcoms and things like that. So still technically I'm okay with not being on stage. I'm not going to avoid that. So I really honestly can't say that there's an aha moment. It's just when I got this these free tickets, and I have always wanted to do comedy ever since, watching Delirious and Eddie Murphy, Delirious, and I can't remember the other one. It just gets from mind. One of you guys got to know, because one of y'all was old enough. One of y'all was old enough to know what
48 hours?
Raw. No, stand up. Raw and Delirious. And so I've always wanted to be a comedian. I just didn't know how you got into that. And again, the thing is I want to write. I don't really have to be on stage. And they started going on stage, and some of the people that we work with now dared me to go on stage. And I literally freestyled 5 minutes out of nowhere. I really didn't. There was no preparation for that at all. And so since I know that I have that in me, a lot of the things that I talk about on stage, and I'm not saying I'm all that, but I freestyle a lot of it. It's not really like sitting and writing down a lot of jokes. It's just things that are in my head, and I bullet point some things and just go for it. As far as the main vendor, I was researching in 2013. I was trying to figure out what to do with my tax return. And, I swore up and down I wasn't going to do anything stupid that some of my people do. I'm not investing in no Oregano Gold coffee. I'm not going to open up a club. I'm not going to sell Mary Kay. So, a lot of times we get involved into a lot of, and then, I'm not going to say multi-level marketing programs are the devil, but I'm just saying we get involved with so many stupid things. And I was researching it, and my original thought was I was going to get some just regular candy machines. But I've been in the hair industry, I believe, 18 years now. And I just was researching vending machines, and hair extension vending machines popped up. And I started researching, and it was a Sunday, okay? It's a Sunday. And I called the phone number on the website because I'm thinking I'm going to get an answering service or something. And by the grace of God, it was actually the phone number was connected to the CEO and founder's cell phone by accident. Her assistant, who has since been let go, a long time ago, accidentally did that, and so she answered her phone on a Sunday. And I immediately started, questioning, what it was all about, because I thought it was amazing. And I've been in sales for 20 years, and sales management for 10, and I asked her, does she have a sales department, because at this point, I'm on fire that I'm willing to work for free. I really, I'm just trying to be a part of something that I feel and know that will change the hair industry as we know it today. Already $900 billion industry, $43 billion vending industry right now. And she didn't have a sales department. So that's how it began. So I have a team of 15 people across the United States. And I spear department, and it's growing stronger. So really that day, I guess that was around August 1st, August 5th, 2013, I knew. You didn't have to talk me into it. You didn't have to explain the vision. I was all over it. So, 4 machines later, celebrity endorsement deals, and a larger team, that was it for me. Sorry for the tangent.
Oh, not at all. That was really insightful. I just wanted to say that it seems that for you, you get a lot of confirmations, but instead of you passing them off as being, accidents or coincidences, you actually pay attention to them.
Oh, absolutely.
I think that's really,
Absolutely.
Really
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, we are going to go on to our next question. Well, what circumstances or people challenge you in having your multiple ventures exceed all expectations?
What circumstances or people challenge me? I mean, I see. I mean, I don't know that. As far as circumstances that I really can't say. I think things that challenge me just fuel me, really, actually, and I really don't. I guess one thing I don't really do is really consider things obstacles, which I guess to a lot of people is not realistic. It's just really my mindset. But people have challenged, the vending business and, called it ghetto. And, it's just really, those closed minds that are not looking at technology in the way that they should. And I honestly ignore it. I can't really think of the best way to say it. I mean, I just ignore it, and I really don't consider it.
That would be called how you handle the challenge, which was the second part of the question. So you were right. Take it away, Quiet Storm.
Well, I will go back. I will go back there. Can you think of anything that happened? Any experiences you had that you would say really did kind of challenge you as far as, challenge your knowing that you can have great success with your ventures? Anybody or any particular experience really challenge you? And what did you do to overcome that?
The main person that challenges me when it comes to that stuff is my mother. And my mother is a minister, actually.
My mother?
Yeah, my right, probably. My mother is a minister, and when she talks to you, she's talking to you in Scripture, and you can't challenge that. I mean, but she challenges just my ability sometimes to handle as much as I do, but I just show her that and it just really increases her belief in me. And I'm her only child. I'm not my dad's only child, but I'm her only child. So it's really her, and everything that I do really is for her. I promised that she would be retired and wouldn't have to work, and I would take care of her. And I reached that goal this year of 2015.
Wow.
And I've literally had that goal since I was 10 years old. And I promised her that, and I was able to give that to her. Now, are we living lavish yet? Not yet, but I still made that promise, and I've kept it. But yeah, it's her, and it's not. She's not trying to she's not trying to sway me, but just kind of trying to keep me grounded. And if she feels like, we kind of go back and forth with my mindset too, because I really do believe that your thoughts and really control what happens to you. And she really sometimes kind of challenges me in making it seem like I'm trying to say it's not God. It's not that I'm not saying that everything is Him, even Him giving you the ability to think properly. And so a lot of times she's challenging me because she may not feel that I'm looking at things the right way, or even, believe it or not, giving God enough enough praise on what it is that I'm doing. And it's not that. It's just that I believe that we just have to not only believe in God, but also still, what we think and feel and believe, it does control our existence and how we feel and what we're going to do going forward. So that in itself is just a whole nother story. But it's my mom, really, and just kind of that doubt sometimes that kicks in, and I show her that yes, I can handle all of that, and then we move on. But then every time something else comes up and I say I'm going to do this or that, we're going to go right back with the same thing, So other than that, I really can't. Yeah, it's my mom that challenges everything I do, and but she keeps me on track though.
It sounds like you are really clear where she's coming from. I can definitely appreciate that. Well, let me just ask you on the flip side. Would you be willing to share a disappointment, any particular disappointment that involved working with others that still has you shake your head today?
And you mean, when you say working with others, you mean in business or just anything?
It could be in business, if you have an experience there, or your work as a comedian.
Oh, goodness, I got lots of stories with that. Yeah. I mean, I can think of, when first, getting my vending machine, and, I own one myself that and it has the hair extensions in it. And where it was placed, the owner of that location wanted me to lower the cost of the hair, which that's that's not, okay, that's fine that you feel that way, but just not really understanding or caring about my overhead and how we were going to help each other and grow together. And at this time, this has been open to the public since August 2013, so not a long time. And there were so many different ways that we could have helped each other and build each other up, but he felt that his name, like I was using really his name and his company's fame, for my own gains. And so what he did was allow me to do all the marketing and then begin to just sell his own hair from another wholesaler.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm sure I'll never forget that. But does that mean that I'm going to a lot of times with African Americans, we'll take that one thing and then we won't want to work with each other. And I work for a black-owned company. Being a comedian is a business in its own too as well. So that will never stop me. But I will never forget that. You can forgive, but I won't forget it. Maya Angelou says, when a person shows you who they are, believe them the first time. So that's enough for me. That's enough for me.
Yes, I can relate to that on so many levels. Well, please, at this point, can you share a specific moment where your efforts and the memories of the work you and others did still brings a smile to your face?
Absolutely. When my mom first transitioned from being and she would laugh at this, from being like an old heathen to being saved and sanctified, we were really involved in her church. And I'm saying that just being funny, like she'll tell you her own testimony. But we were really involved in her church, and a lot. And one thing that I did, got with some other hairstylists in Chicago, we did the hair and taught some of the women who were in between jobs, taught them how to do their makeup. I did some hair for free, tried to, make the women feel much better for their interview coming up, or, really feeling like they couldn't interview because they didn't look right and they didn't have the confidence. And these were all women and young women of the church. So that's something that I remember that was great. That was a great feeling. And then, hearing back within, 6 months later, who had a job and who didn't. And it was really part of just building their confidence. It's not like you can't go to an interview in a ponytail, but still, just building that confidence in teaching them, some of the younger teenagers, what's appropriate to, makeup and appropriate, hairstyles and things like that for interviews. And all of that was something that I remember.
And it brings a smile to your face.
Absolutely.
Well, I could sit here really this evening and listen to you go on and on, because I'm really getting a lot of insight out of your sharing. But we have come to that time, and it is time to hear from our listeners. And I, yours truly, Quiet Storm, in just a moment will be pulling some of the voices from the
Quiet
ethers.
Storm, actually, Quiet Storm, I delved into the ethers for you this week. Now, the first ether we have is, I love Quiet Storm. There are two kinds of people, those who make excuses for their negative attitude and those who do what is difficult and make a real difference. Storm's interview with Miss Wells was revealing and opened my mind to the possibility of stepping up to the plate. I watch endless amounts of supposedly informative news that is, of course, not the mainstream media, but I'm learning from this show I am only missing out on knowing things from a point of view other than my self-imposed echo chamber, which allows me to reinforce my own debilitating, already negative points of view. I need Quiet Storm in my life. She is so calm and smooth, you can tell she is a deep thinker who keeps the positivism and optimism at the forefront. I loved what Miss Wells said about it never being too late, and she has the credentials to back it up, not just paying lip service. Miss Wells is a rare, special lady. I hope and pray she runs for public office in Nebraska. We need her. I like Jamie Sparks. The music was great. He is smooth. We need more performers creating real music. And that was from John Mertz. And John, let me tell you, we needed some Jamie Sparks tonight because the ladies were rough. But we thank you for your feedback, and believe me, Miss Wells, really appreciate your acknowledgement, and so does Quiet Storm. We have time for another one. We have the music from Jamie Sparks was great. I wish Miss Wells could speak with the at-risk teens I work with. She is awesome. Her words are inspiring. And that is from Margie White. And if you didn't catch the show last week, Judith Wells is an awesome attorney. She raised her kids, her grandkids, went back to school, got a law degree, and and she's fighting the power that be. That's right, she's fighting the power that be, and making a difference in that Nebraska community. And talk about doing what is difficult. Miss Wells was the perfect guest for your topic this week. I was left so inspired by her sharing, especially her words about it never being too late to work on your dreams. By the way, snaps to Quiet Storm. Loved her selection of Jamie Sparks. He was jamming good soul music. And that was Lorraine Wright, and we thank you, Miss Lorraine Wright. But we are going to move this show on. Don't forget to hit the shout-out button. And Nakia, take us to break.
Coming up next, in our next segment, the finale with Tressa Eleby, Overthought, and the Prosperity Work. Ronnie B.
Another day, another restless night, crying myself to sleep. Another day of relentless phone calls from credit card companies demanding payment. Another day wondering if filing bankruptcy or getting one of those debt consolidation loans is the only way to go. A friend said, stop crying. Call Sharon, the debt destroyer. Sharon and her team of experts work hard to help you eliminate your credit card debt and get you and your credit back on track. No bankruptcy, no loans. Your credit card debt eliminated? I called Sharon, and her team of experts went right to work with a plan that made sense. I am sleeping peacefully, knowing my credit card debt is being destroyed and my credit is getting back on track. Have your credit card debt destroyed and get a good night's sleep. Contact Sharon, the Debt Destroyer, at yourdebtdestroyer.com or call 888-431-2829, extension 2.
Welcome back. We give it all to you on Grow Your Mind and Money, and you better believe that we do it all with love. It is time for the finale. Hey, Ronnie B., over to you.
Oh, thank you, Sunshine Princess of Poetry. Don't forget to check her out at shinythepoet.com. Tressa, it is a special treat having you on the show. I want to thank you for all your sharing. I'm just on fire, ready to put the cherry on top. You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, Tressa, what challenges do you see lurking in the waters that would try to slow you down or take you off the path from having either the entertainment career or the main vendor succeed beyond expectations? Is it the Chinese? Are they going to be coming over from the Pacific Rim trying to ease on in your business? Or will it be, or will Donald Trump step in the picture?
I'm really honestly waiting to be bought out. I really feel like that's something that's going to happen. However, the Chinese have such a hold on it, they really don't need to encroach on what we're doing. And, and not to say, I really don't want to say anything that will come off completely wrong. So, but let me say this, that first of all, when you think of their business, structure and really what they're about is unity and family and keeping those businesses, within their communities and continually growing them. What they really don't tend to do is really give anyone else any other profits. And so the reason why we're not as worried about them, just not worried at all, is because the purpose of our company is to build wealthy entrepreneurs, solve the problems that stylists have about all that funny money that goes on when it comes to selling hair and stocking it and stopping your craft to sell bundles of hair. But not only that, making it easy for the consumers, but we're trying to give money back into the salons and put this profit where it's supposed to be going, which is in the urban communities. So that's really not something that we're worried that Chinese will be doing. They're not concerned about putting money into our communities. So we don't have competition in that sense. However, there's been some copycats, here and there that have popped up and trying to do some hair extensions in the machines. Yes, and some, there's one, we don't have machines outside in the elements, but there is a company in California that did that, and their machines look like refrigerators.
Oh, God.
From the 70s, or 60s or something. But, we're not too much worried about it. But, will we have the competition? Absolutely. What we're really just focused on, there's thousands of people that sell here. We're taking this to a whole other level, and it'll eventually be a household name, and we'll drown them out. As far as comedy is concerned, there's all kinds of things that can happen. It really is not a money-making kind of business. It really has to be something that you love to do, and Houston is also not the best place for it. But does that necessarily matter or stop me? No. I mean, anything can happen. You'll be at the right place at the right time. Me personally, what can slow me down is really like getting to the point of where I don't know which one I want to do. What is more.
Oh, okay. That would be a nice little challenge.
Yeah, so, let's say someone wants me to be on a TV show, but then I'm dealing with the main vendor. I have no, and I actually have been on a TV show before, but not a sitcom or wanted me to write that. That would be very difficult. But I am in no talks with anyone about that. So,
okay,
it doesn't exist.
Okay, got it.
But other than that, I mean, one is a hobby, and and it's my stress relief, and the other one is my passion. So, but not worried about the Chinese. Not worried.
Okay, all right. And, okay, all right. So, just to make sure I did get it, that right now the challenge is expansion, is being able to expand in the right areas.
The challenge is the copycats are out there, and we just have to make sure that we continue on what we're doing, which is, getting people to purchase machines as our licensing program, getting the word out, the marketing, just getting the awareness out about our company, in dealing with those copycats. So we still have to deal with it. That's the only challenge we have. We're just not too worried about it.
Okay, all right. Dealing with them old copycats with that inferior product.
Yes.
Might as well make a bad wrong while we can. Now, one of the things I really love about you, Tressa, is that you have been in business for you got some experience, girl. You're seasoned, you're a veteran, and you have life, and you're authentic about it. Now, would you please share just two pitfalls that you've seen people fall into when it comes to being consistent in their action for growing their careers, their wealth, health, or well-being, but being consistent in their actions? Two pitfalls that you've seen people fall into.
The pitfall of just not knowing what to focus on, just being all over the place. And I mentioned that earlier jokingly, just selling everything, for example, just that hustle mentality and just not being consistent with their actual goals and seeing those things to fruition and just starting a new business every 6 months. It doesn't work.
Oh, God. Okay.
The other big, huge thing and I'll more say business is saving money. Saving money and the not being consistent with that and saving it in order to put it in their business properly, as opposed to just trying, getting to the point where they're doing well in their business and then beginning to spend it. Just not being consistent with understanding that you have to reinvest in your business, and you could be in the red for a minute. You can't just begin to, try to keep up with the Joneses immediately. And there was one more, but you said two, so I won't do that.
Well, go ahead. If you have a burning one, please share.
I did, and then I kept talking and went on a tangent.
Okay.
And
well, all right. Well, it comes back.
So go ahead. Maybe it'll come back.
Okay.
I figured it out. I remember now. One thing that's a lot of people don't do, especially African Americans, is bringing on the right people that they need in order to create a business or to help them. We really try to do things all on our own, by ourselves, and just falling into getting overwhelmed and bogged down with everything and not trusting people. And really, creating what's called what you could be considered a mastermind group, like all these people that have these abilities and talents. You bring all those people together in order to make something great. And we fall into just doing things all on our own because we don't want to trust anybody else. And that's something that has to change. Okay, that's all.
Okay, now that's good. There's value in being someone who can build a team.
Absolutely.
Teams work. And one of the biggest breakdowns, and it always breaks my heart, is people who want to open a quote family business, and no one in their family is skilled enough to put food in a paper bag and label it properly. And it's just like that. And it's just like that. So you're going to start a business with people who have no experience in business and bring no business skills just because they're family. And it's just so heartbreaking because they're disappointed when things don't work out, but it was a setup for failure at the beginning. So, building a team, that's why I love the people on Grow Your Mind and Money. This is a great team because most of the time I'm just rattling off and they make me look real good.
There you go.
Now, what would you please share with us one practice and action you use daily to keep yourself in action and focus on the results you intend to produce?
I'm afraid that y'all are going to judge me. I'll tell you.
No, we wouldn't judge you. It's your practice.
You're like, okay, she's crazy.
Judge. Cut it out.
Shenanigans.
But I mean, I guess it's been about 2 years now. I meditate and just really and it's hard. Like it really took a long time to be able to sit and get to the point of 15 minutes without letting your mind wander into something else. So I have to stop and ground myself that way. So it's not really one thing. So it's pray morning and night, but every day, in the morning I wake up but the first thing I'm doing after prayer is meditating and just literally sitting there and trying to not think of anything. And that's very difficult. That helps a lot.
Wow. Okay. Thank you for sharing that. Now, again, we thank you and appreciate you for being on the show. What do you have on your plate? How can our listeners learn more about the main vendor, those who are interested in business opportunities or salons or hair stuff? If you got an upcoming performance you want us to check out, we do take
absolutely. I'll be at Warehouse Live. I'll be at Warehouse Live I'll be at the Joke Joint. What am I saying? I'll be at Warehouse Live last month. I'm sorry. And you all were there. Okay, so I'm doing the Joke Joint on January 17, 2016. That's my first show for 2016. It's an all-female lineup, as a matter of fact, headlined by a friend of mine, comedian Nitra. So that is what's coming up. I believe what I'm going to do is create a link for the tickets. I usually deal with that as opposed to delivering tickets all around Houston. So you'll be able to get that link on either my Facebook, Comedian Tressa, or I'll also have it on Instagram, which is Comedian Tressa. So it's spelled the French way, the female version, COMEDIENNE, Tressa. That's my Facebook page. There's also my Instagram page too as well. So as far as any updates on shows and things like that, that's where you go. And then just look out for the link for the Ladies of Comedy Showcase Sunday, January 17th. It's a $15 show, and it's going to be some really good people on that show. It'll be at 8 o'clock at the Joke Joint, 45 and Sequay. As far as the main vendor goes, I actually am looking for a Midwest territory manager. I am looking for salespeople all around the United States. We are also looking for salons who want to host machines. That's a non-purchase option. And also entrepreneurs that do want to purchase machines as well. So as far as information on that, you can go to the main vendor sales team on Facebook. You can also find me at, Instagram is, I just had to do a new one, hair_vending machine. We're actually going to be doing a webinar tomorrow at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time, and I've got the information on Facebook as well as Instagram. It's a free webinar.
And just so we don't throw the guests off, because when they hear this show, I don't think it'll be tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Well, that's fine. So take all that part out. But the main vendor sales team on Facebook, and then here _vending machine. They can contact me at 855-626-38. 3836 extension 3. For the vendor, they can go to themainvendor.com. Email is tressa.themainvendor@gmail.com. So again, themainvendor.com. Reach me 855-626-3836 extension 3. Email is tressa.themainvendor@gmail.com. So kind of, there's many opportunities actually, from being a part of the sales as well as the business opportunity.
Well, thank you, Tressa, for being on Grow Your Mind and Money. We do want you to stick around to the end of the show, but please come back and visit us again.
Will do.
I wonder what special dish Nakia has whipped up for us on Food for Thought. Nakia, you're smelling good.
Well, the Empress is here. Whew, this is a hard one. Enthusiasm. I am alive, alert, and enthusiastic for the possibilities today holds. Enthusiasm is the spiritual energy that inspires me to move forward with my dreams and goals. When I consider the unlimited possibilities today holds, I feel energized from within. There may be occasions, however, when I feel discouraged or perceive there are obstacles in my path. Through prayer and with the enthusiastic encouragement of others, I see through these misperceptions to the truth. And that's with a capital T. With God, all things are possible. I feel energized from within and eager to fulfill my heart's desires. My enthusiasm propels me forward, and my faith keeps me positive. I am alive, alert, and enthusiastic for the possibilities today hold. An action I will take, consistent with the theme, enthusiasm, is to not allow whatever the moments are derail me from the ultimate goal and vision that God has me aligned with. To take the roadblocks and stumbling blocks and not allow them to defeat me, tumble on me, or break me down, but utilize those roadblocks and stumbling blocks as stepping stones for me to continue to be elevated into the path in which my God has chosen for me to land upon in His righteousness and His glory. Think about that over the quiet storm for the prosperity work.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Empress of Faith. Well, how to turn ideas into reality, Part 3. We confuse talking about our ideas with manifesting our ideas. We confuse talking about our ideas with conversations for action that forward the manifestation of our ideas. We confuse having new information or historical facts with the ability to use the resources at hand to produce the results desired. The best way to lose the confusion and manifest your desires in reality is to make a divine plan for its fulfillment. Now, a divine plan includes the spiritual, the relationships, and mental efforts you act on, and that will ensure the success of your venture. The second step of your divine plan is creating a list of charming people and powerful resources that will lovingly empower you in fulfilling your plan. Warning: if you only list one or two people, you are limiting your power and the flow of abundance that is available to you. The third step of your divine plan requires your willingness to invite at least two people to serve as committed listeners for you, causing the fulfillment of your plan. Committed listeners simply listen to you. Once daily, share your divine plan and the state of the plan. They do not coach you. They do not agree or disagree. They do not give their opinion or empathy. They are there to give you the space to be authentic with yourself and express yourself freely within the love of someone standing for your success. The work. Keep working on all phases of your divine plan and invite at least two people who will hold you to account to be your committed listeners. Say this affirmation daily. I am now guided into my true place with the true people and with the activity, quickly, easily, and in peace. I am now coming to an innumerable company of angels. Now share your list with at least one person daily and invite them to participate. And remember, demand a miracle.
A world of peace and prosperity, one listener at a time. Until next time, grow your mind and your money, 'cause yeah, it's a beautiful thing